Hi, I'm Kimmie Rose, and this is your weekly vibe and mantra. And I first of all want to say that I apologize. I was recording last week, and I really wasn't feeling too well, and just couldn't do it. Just felt like it just like the energy wasn't right. So I'm putting it together because we had a full moon that occurred this past week, and this is a cycle that goes for 2 weeks, and so it's for your weekly vibe and mantra for, if you believe this, I'm going to say it, September the 2nd through the 17th of September 2020 AD. And oh my gosh. First of all, I have to say something. My mother and spaghetti, the best ever. Mom, I love you. This is like the best dinner. Thank God for moms. Oh my gosh. Yummy spaghetti. Thank you, Mom. I am so grateful for you. I just had to say it because it was my brother's birthday, and on our birthdays, I usually pick curried rice, and my brother picks spaghetti, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, this spaghetti is just like so good. It's amazing how your taste buds change. And so when I was younger, that wasn't my favorite, and now it's like, oh my gosh, like I am just savoring every bit of it. And for me, I always tell people, if you want to lose weight, chew slower, enjoy your food. And this is like the same thing with the astrology and the energy, as we are in a full moon. It's a full corn moon, and harvesting corn, being ready. I'm going to be harvesting my sage, which is so exciting, over the next week. So if you're wanting any sage, it's sage bundles. I only have so many, and each one of them will come with an intention, a stone, and I did take some pictures of the kits that I have, and I did make rose oil, so I have my own. I took fresh roses with my own hands, and guess what? We've got some rose oil, so that's really exciting. A lot of people, to get rose oil, it's usually like for a little tiny bottle, you're going to spend almost $100. And I have rose oil that it's just because I like to give. Like, everybody should be able to afford to have rose oil at least once in their life. You should. And so I'm selling it for $30. So it's really more of a donation, but it takes a lot of time to press the petals and extract the oil out. It's so good. So yummy. So, getting to the astrological energy and the vibe. We had on Wednesday, the 2nd of September, oh gosh, I think it was somewhere around 1:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we had a full moon. And that full moon was heavy. I don't know if anybody could feel it, but it was so heavy that I was like recording, and I would like go off into a zone, and I'm like talking about corn and how you cook it. Just don't want to even, maybe we'll show some bloopers sometime, but I was really tired, and it's sometimes like, it's really late, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, so probably need to bump it up sooner. But it seems like at night I get like get really good like things that come through. So anyways, what is this energy about? Well, everything is changing. We have to remember that. And with changes, we have to either accept them or accept them. Very simply said. Can't accept it? Nothing you can do. because things are changing, and even the way astrologically that, you know, whether you're Aquarius like me and you go into work mode or take care mode, it's being taken, being shifted. The opposite is happening. Like, I felt like I had huge bricks on me. Oh my gosh. It was like bags of sand, and I couldn't move earlier. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have another appointment. And this is just taking a long time to get through, and you know, what I was doing, and it just felt heavy. And that's how it's going to feel. So depending on your birth sign, that's like going to be, you know, some of the energy you're going through. And if you want to know more about that, you can actually download my app, Kimmie Rose, and you can look at your daily forecast and see what you're going to be taking on. You know, like I just said, Aquarius, woo! And I'm burning a candle for the full moon. I almost knocked it over, but... And then I've got my prism here. I always love this. I don't always like how it works, but yeah. See the rainbow? Like, we are all prisms, and the more we put that, I just let my candle out, but the more we energetically work with things, the more we can make things happen and manifest, and we get good spaghetti. So, I am doing this right. I'm going to really quick just over here, and I'm going to move my candle, and I will light it. Again, light it, but I'm going to move it back just so we stay nice and safe. And I have a kit over here, which I will take a picture of, and you can see it later. So, I'll keep my spaghetti with me because I got my dog near me, and yeah, I don't want my dog to see my spaghetti. Eat my spaghetti. I did share some though. So. Anyways, so the energy is, you know, whatever lesson that you came onto this earth plane to learn, you're going to have a lot of tests, whether it be through people, situations, and it's one that you've learned over and over again. So you know what it is. Like when I said, this heavy weight, this energy that weighs me down of responsibility, but it's like, well, what do I create? Like, all in like a 2-week period, you know. I had 4 days to do a graduation party, and it was just like paying off a whole bunch of stuff, and all of a sudden incurring a whole bunch of stuff and going, oh, now I gotta pay it all off again. So it's like you get yourself in a good space, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, here we go. Why did I, you know, have to, you know, do it this way or that way, or, you know, like I usually, though, am like a year ahead on graduations, but because of COVID and that, and my daughter, it was like kind of last minute, and I'm like, $250 to cater. I'm like, but then what else could I do? Because it's last minute. It was like totally last minute, but it turned out really nice. And, but there's my lesson is like, think about it when you do it. Think about the funding. Credit card is not a good way to fund things. If you don't have the money to back it, then you don't get it. You know, that's the way it really should go. And that is a way that I need to think. Because if I don't think that way, those lessons come in even harder. And it's about balance. I don't like the feeling of having sandbags around my shoulder because I can't move. I become paralyzed, and it is very difficult to move through things. So your lesson will be different. Maybe it's like in relationships, people that might cheat. Whatever it is, this is a time for you to turn over a new leaf. And the upside is that you'll no longer have to repeat this cycle. So whatever it is, recognize it, honor it, put the energy out there, and freaking go for it, because it's going to bring you a long ways, and it's a positive, very positive thing. So, and remember too, with this new moon in Pisces, it's asking us to turn over a new leaf and forgive ourselves. Oh, that's the biggest thing. Forgive yourself for making that mistake, and others. Remember, like the little soul in the sun, when the little soul another soul asked for volunteers to teach about forgiveness, and the other little soul said, I'll volunteer, but wait a minute. Before we go down there, there's something I want you to remember. When you're angry with me, when you totally can't stand me anymore, you're mad at me, remember who I am. That is so important. I cannot stress the importance of that. Remember who I am. So, if not, rude awakenings are going to occur if you keep holding on to it. And that full moon in Pisces, that's occurring. It's so important for us to look at that energy and allow it to bring in new things. And remember, too, that this luminary effect of Uranus, which is retrograde, which Uranus is like, move, it's going to feel like sandbags. So you're going to know, I want to let this go, but it's going to feel heavy, and you just have to let the heaviness sit in you and not feel like it's weighing you down, and just do it energetically in your mind. Shift it. It's not anything you have to do physically or on earth plane. It's like energetically shift it. This is where you use the power of the law of attraction. Energy flows where you direct it. So I choose to manifest the financial means to help support what I just spent. Yes, it worked. It was just me simply believing in it, and that's how you get it to work. So it's like we're going to experience some shocking news also. Probably next week you're going to be hearing something. And try to really unlock your intuition, because this is like the time that you want to have that gauge. And when you have that gauge, you turn the page. You turn the page to the next thing. It's a powerful time. So exciting too, because it's a time where things are just gonna come in. Like, I'm not joking. If you thought, and you just knew in your heart, I'm gonna win a lottery, I am. It's a time where things are gonna manifest in. You just have to believe it and see it and freaking rock and roll on it, because as you direct that energy will flow where you direct it. I promise you during this next 2 weeks, it's a time where things are going to happen. And if you got people trying to stop you, here's an example. A friend of mine starting a new business, has really wanted to do this forever, would start something, stop, and then now started something, and there's these people hacking into things and that. And it's like, I heard the words, I'm going to close this, and I'm like, no, because this is the lesson. The lesson is not to give in, or you're going to keep having this repeat, but it's to direct the energy towards the people that are causing you that problem of, I dismiss you, get out of my space. That's it. And what happens is they get out of your space. It's that simple. So do not forget, energy flows where you direct it out. I remove you. You're out. What I have is awesome. You can have it. I'll share it if you want to be part of it. But I know you're trying to get into it. You're trying to get into it so you know the way I do things. But guess what? There's no one like me, and I am unique. And that's what we need to do. And with that, I'm going to just sit with that and say, let's get it going. And when I say that, I want to just give it this weekly mantra. Let's do the bows and close your eyes. Oh, I'm going to close my eyes and just relax. And now, know that you are a beautiful creator. I allow myself to flow within the space that I came here to create. I allow myself to create that which is my destiny. Now let's shorten it. I allow myself to create that which is my destiny. I allow myself to create that which is my destiny. I allow myself to create that which is my destiny. I receive. Pull it down. Hands up. I receive. I create and receive. The energy flows where I direct it. I create and receive. The energy flows where I direct it. Simple. Do it. You got it. You got this. Just like I have this awesome spaghetti that I'm going to eat as soon as I'm done. And I want to say to you, good luck. You got that business. Keep it going. Keep it in your energetic space, because somebody's trying to get in and trying to throw you off. Not going to happen, because you're in control of your life. Drive that car. You got the vehicle going. Okay, let's start wrapping up. I get all excited because this is such a wonderful time that you can manifest amazing things, and you can do it. So, with that, thank you so much for joining me. Namaste, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And please, if you want to take some classes on developing your intuition, I wake up class, which my book is back there. I got some pictures that I took and kind of show you, and then also I have grid kits that I have available so that you can do your own personal destiny grid. It is so freaking cool. But if you'd like to sign up for the wake up class, or a class like this personally tailored for you, please go over and register at Lite the Way, LITETHEWAY Universe, just lighttheway.com. And then go into where it says Lite the Way University, click on it, create your profile, and know you are awesome, because we have classes that help you develop your intuition so you can receive the guidance of where you need to go. And not only that, you get to learn how to direct energy. And you begin to also connect with people of like minds. That's the beautiful thing, is we are all connected. You know, it's like we're all connected from either side. We're one. We are all connected. And you can do this. I promise you. If you want to get a hold of me, I do have some readings available. And Davin is wonderful. Also, my daughter does readings. Gordon Harris. Brandy Shingwell's relationship expert. Oh my gosh, Kelly. We have so many cool people. So come on in and join us and be part of the change that you were meant to be. I'm Kimmie Rose. Have a great one. Peace. That's a wrap.
Without the ends, and every breath of hers was a thorn in his eye, and every petal's blushing red. It's on my fingertips, and my electric lights becoming